There's nothing like jumping into your favorite game, your favorite MMO lobby. There's nothing like jumping into a fresh, nice new multiplayer game and playing with somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. Couldn't be me. It wouldn't dare be me. Today I was jumping into some ESO. I was playing a couple of dungeons. Was I playing veteran? Yeah, where I should know what I'm doing, but I don't. I'm a Skyrim guy. So what I did today was I was playing ESO, and I changed my Bobo Toxic Warden build. That's actually a couple videos on that character, but I changed that character into a tank because it's my craft master. I was like, hey, why not play this character as a tank? They get a little bit more freedom. It's not like I have to have damage up. I mainly just need to have health and a taunt. But in ESO, I don't know what that means, you know? So here I am, being a noob, playing ESO the wrong way. I should have properly built my tank character, but I went in without a taunt. And as XXXXX character told me, if I'm being a tank without having a taunt, I'm just doing DPS. I didn't know that you couldn't aggro without having a taunt. I thought aggro was just like, you know, get in there, beat some things up, spend all your points on health, and they're automatically gonna be, you know, targeting you because that's what aggro is, but not in ESO, no. Not in ESO. There's actually a description in the skills that say that the move is a taunt. Here we are on my Craftmaster tank build, and I decided to use my Craftmaster because, again, when you make a crafting character, you have to put so many skill points into the general crafting that there's not a lot of room to do things, other things that you may want to, such as DPS and stuff like that. So with that being the case, I figure why not make my Craftmaster also my tank? It just makes sense to me because they don't need a lot of moves. They're just doing the aggro and the taunt stuff. Our goal today is to finish the Undaunted questline if it is short and then gain our taunt so that this build, this tank build, can actually be a real tank build and not just a fake DPS. Sign the Tome of the Undaunted. Ah, yes. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we already gave us the skill line. And we don't need to talk to them anymore. I'm playing. Okay, so see, it's a tank roll. And you know, it gives us the tank roll emblem there. So let's see how we have the roll there. And it has the DPS logo. If we look, we shouldn't see tank anywhere else because apparently only Undaunted get that. We see healer there. Puncture has that tank roll on it. I have one-handed skill line, but I don't use one-handed. Even though it's Magicka at first, we will be able to change Inner Fire to a stamina build. And there's also an option for an additional Magicka version if you're a tank that is a mage. So I believe that ESO could have done better with the whole tank thing. Each and every class should already have tank, DPS, and healing abilities within them. I shouldn't have to join another guild to do it. But, you know, a game's got a game. There's lots of content. You got to fill it up with people, fill up people's minds with stuff and let them explore. But nonetheless, I do appreciate the fact that it is both Magicka and stamina based, so that's cool. It's very cool there. Will I be able to rank up Undaunted then? That way I can unlock the skill without buying additional skills. So let's go ahead and try it out. You know what I mean? Let's at least do one quest, complete it, get some XP, and see if it gives us XP towards our Undaunted status.
You a talker or a gawker?
Both. The Undaunted questline went up. We got half the XP for Undaunted. So that tells me we didn't have to use a skill point in order to level up our Undaunted status. Therefore, I don't have to waste a skill point on Blood Altar, and I can just straight away go ahead and get my Inner Fire once I get to rank 3. So definitely note that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to sign up for a dungeon to actually get that done. Quest Finder, we're going to do specific dungeons. We're going to do Fungal Grotto 1. Alright, we've completed our Undaunted moves, our Undaunted quest line there. Well, at least the first one, you know. Not sure how many it's going to really take us, but we've done the bare minimum. Undaunted level 3, nice. So then we go to our skills. We did it without having to actually use skill points on the Undaunted skills, which I love that. That's amazing because I didn't want to have to respec, like buy these and then delete all my skills and then just only buy the one. I'm glad we didn't have to do all that. Purchase that. Now we have a taunt. But we have the Magicka version. After we upgrade it, we'll have the stamina version because even though our main attribute is health, we're a stamina user. So now we're going to assign this to our backup bar, and I'm going to put that on I'll put that on B, where Gripping Shards is, because again, when we're in a regular fight, yeah, we'll use Gripping Shards, which is just going to be like, okay, it'll mobilize people, add that frost and all that. But then if you were in a specific dungeon, our B is going to be I think it's a targetable ability, so I can't even use it freely. Let's go find an enemy real quick and just to see what it's like to taunt. We'd be able to properly taunt with this new ability. Okay, so that's a taunt. So now it's like if we were in a group, they'd only be looking at us, which is solid. And we'll turn it into a stamina ability, but we only have a couple magicka abilities, so it's not that deep that it's magicka. And at that rate, it's a taunt, so we don't even have to upgrade it because it's not a main source of damage for us. But that is how you get a taunt when you're not using board and sword with a character. And again, this taunt is from the Undaunted guild. You only have a limited amount of taunt abilities available. So then again, all these other skills, all these other skill lines, you know, even my actual class, you pick your class when you make your character, none of these have an ability that's a taunt for any character. None of them. The newest class they just added this past week, the Arcanist class, they actually have a taunt now. The other ones don't. But other than that, you have to get your taunt from your weapon skill line, which would be one-handed. This puncture one, see how it has the shield there under where it says roll. It tells you in the description that it taunts the enemies to attack you. No other ability has it except for puncture. And then except for if you join the Undaunted quest and you get their quest, their skill line, and you get Inner Fire. Again, we have that shield there. Nothing else gives you a taunt. And then the new class does now, which is crazy, But essentially, that is how you would use it, and you would use your taunt to get all the aggression towards you. That way everybody else can do their role without having to worry about it, and that's why you have so much health as a tank. So you keep the enemy distracted while healers heal and DPS does damage. And that's pretty much how you get a taunt if you're not sword and board. And if you're sword and board, you would just use puncture. But other than that, if you're any other type of class, you want to use the Undaunted Guild, which is a quest line you get relatively early. You'll get this letter, and you'll be able to join the Undaunted Guild, where they just go through dungeons. That's all that guild is about. It's just like it's basically helping you explore the whole idea of dungeons in the game. I just never did it because I do more PvE of generally just exploring this game and lore. I hope that helps you. Thank you for tuning into this last minute stream. Much love, everybody. As always, be safe out there.